Instagram. That means people who gonna miss on TikTok, they will get the live on
Instagram
and on no on Facebook on YouTube. Yes, so for those who were not here yesterday, this is a recap of yesterday's live. Yesterday we were talking about a whole lot of things, going through the most when you feel like giving up. And one of the main reason people raised was big pricing. They are not seeing the profit, they're not seeing where they are going. So we ended up discussing costing, and we ended up discussing pricing, because the reason why you feel that you're not making income is we cannot wait for the profit. We need to start with what is going on. So we need to go to the root. We need to find out, if you are saying you are busy, you are selling cakes every weekend, what is the problem? Why are you not seeing the profit? Why are you not making money? So that is when we ended up talking about costing. So costing is a huge factor, not only to the bakers, to almost all small businesses. Everyone. We identified that mostly when what drives people to not do proper costing or charge correctly, you find that people are are quoting the customers as if they are costing themselves. So when they see that a customer is asking for a service or a product and that thing costs 2,000, but in their bank account they only have 1,000, or they cannot even raise that money that is being that the cake is worth or the product is worth, they end up sacrificing. That was point number one. Point number two, the customer feels like every customer who comes to their inbox to ask for a price, they must sell to them.
Yeah.
So they are not happy with letting a customer go. So everyone who comes in, they feel like, I need to close this deal, I need to sell to this person. Meaning, if the customer wants a cake that costs 1,000 and they showed interest, but they don't have the 1,000, the baker or the service provider feel like negotiating or asking the baker, how much can you afford? And they end up baking the cake for free. So what we also identified yesterday is that people are happy with being busy, but without accounting.
I think Cecil wants to say. Okay.
I'm gonna pick back now.
Okay. Yes. You wanted to add anything?
No, I was just saying Cecil was saying bye or he's gonna be back. So
Okay, so I was still doing a recap of yesterday, what we identified as the reason why people are not seeing the profit or why people feel like giving up. So we also agreed that the fact that you can do something does not necessarily mean that you are business minded. Does not necessarily mean that you can run a business. So there are other skills. Even though you're saying I am a self-taught service provider, I'm a self-taught baker, I'm a self-taught hairdresser, or whatever service you might be providing, there are other skills that you lack, which you will need to go and acquire.
yes.
And then I gave an example that I'm one of the lucky one because I've got a business background. My education, I did business studies. Two, I am blessed because I am business minded. But there is someone who is shy to talk to people, cannot even show themselves to customers or to the cameras, cannot even post their product anywhere. They are not good in marketing the business. So that also affects your business growth, or you feel like there is something that is not going right in your business. As a result, it drains you and you feel like giving up.
Yeah.
So the advice that we also gave is have a performance review of your business. Sit down with yourself, ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing right? What is it that I'm doing wrong? What is it that I need to improve on? And then have goals. I'm sure you have heard when you go to the shop, they'll say, oh, we haven't reached this month target. Then they're selling, they make sale, they do whatever. Also, give yourself target. Have a weekly target, have a monthly target, have a daily target if you can. So if you say this week, today it's Sunday, we're going to a new week, and you said by Sunday next week, I need to have at least 2,000.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have a goal or a target, that means you're going to sit down and plan, how am I going to reach this target? By Wednesday, you can see if you'll be able to reach it or not. You can see that, okay, I have one order, I'm short of 2 orders to make it. What can I do? Can I run a special? Can I bake something? And just like that will drive you to think of different ways to reach your target. Sometimes you can make maybe a monthly target. Say I have a monthly target of 10,000. So if I have a monthly target of 10,000, that means per week I should be able to make 2.5. Then week 1 was so good, you managed to make 3,000. Week 2 was also good, you managed to reach the target, which is 2.5. Which means you are left with 2 weeks to the end of the month. So you need to start putting plans in place to make sure that you reach the target. Be strict to yourself. If you can, split yourself into two, into a boss and an employee.
I think that is one of the things that we identified yesterday, is that people are not taking their businesses seriously. 2, they do not plan. They do not sit and do the nitty-gritties of actually running their businesses. Those were the 2 things that we identified yesterday, that they don't, particularly when it comes to pricing, that they don't sit down and work everything out correctly.
Yes. When you are starting a business as a small business, it's not easy because you become the jack of all trades. And if you are not careful, you will lose yourself somewhere in between. So you are doing admin, you are doing marketing and advertising, you are the runner, buying the stock and whatever. Then you are the expert, the one who's producing these things that needs to be done. And then when you are done, you have to post. I don't know, the content creator. So you are all these things that I think 80% of us are not likely to be able to do all of them. And then some of the things we need to outsource. Outsourcing does not necessarily mean you need to hire someone. Let's take, for instance, the invoicing or the costing. You can use the apps. There are apps that can help you do that.
Let's not talk about the apps. Bake Diary is leaving us.
You see, I was feeling it. So Bake Diary is leaving. Why?
They've decided to close up after 8 years because of health and personal reasons. And they've just given us like 2 weeks notice now at the end of May.
I'm currently using SME Go.
Okay.
It is a bit expensive compared to invoicing that I was using, because the cheapest is 99 or 199. Then there's a 299. Yeah.
But SME Go is like an invoicing and accounting app, right? Does it do it's almost like an app,
doesn't do the costing, doesn't do the calculation, doesn't give you report of your weekly orders. Yeah, it doesn't do that. It doesn't.
So yeah, the struggle is on to find an app what we've had in Bake Diary.
Are they not referring you anyway?
No, they like just giving us help for the current interim, but yeah, there's even if they refer somewhere else, there is no other app that does what they do.
It looks like when we are co-hosting, we cannot invite people to come in. I'm struggling.
No.
We can't invite people.
I'm not. Oh no, we can. There is a Yeah, there we go. No, it's not available.
It's grayed or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's grayed out.
So that means it's gonna be me and you. Sfiso was just lucky because he was here first.
It looks like that. So the unfortunate thing is that there isn't an app that does everything the way Bake Diary does. There are other apps out there, but you have to use multiple apps to do what the one app could do. So we have yet to find one that does everything, and getting somebody in South Africa to create an app is
Okay. It's there's someone who requested. It says if I accept these people, it's going to disconnect the co-host.
okay.
Yeah.
What do we do?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think this thing accept. I think the co-host must come after I've accepted the people. I'm just assuming.
Okay. Do you want me to go off on my side, or?
But will you be able to request?
Request on yours? I can do that.
Yeah, to request as a co-host. I want you to come in as a co-host.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay. Let me accept them. And then, who requested again? I did. Okay, let's see.
Cookie and
Guys, please quickly request now before I bring YC back, because after that you won't be able to request. For the people on YouTube, we are talking about costing. We are talking about when you feel like you are tired, you need to give up. What is it that you could be doing wrong, so that you fix those things and we continue. We are running a business. We don't have time to give up. I don't know here if, but on what do you call it? On TikTok, people can request. So TikTok people, please request before I accept YC back. Because if I do that, then you guys, you will not be able to request. It looks like. I'm just inviting a few people. Yeah. Then I think, yeah, I've got 4 people. Yeah, well, Matemu, the other 2 I cannot see. I think it's enough. If YC comes, you can. Crafted by Semi Peladi. And Peladi Delight is my Peladi. Okay, guys, we are recapping on yesterday's issue. If you feel like you have a problem costing, if you feel like you are giving up, if you feel like your business is not doing what other businesses are doing,
hi everyone.
hello.
Can you hear me? Hi, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
I'm okay. Hey, yesterday's one, it was an eye-opener. I did my costing last year, but now when I check after what everybody was saying yesterday, hey, I was feeling guilty. I had to go back and recost my scones.
Yesterday, you did that yesterday.
Last night I couldn't sleep. I had to learn to do Canva.
So you increase the price by how much?
By 10%. Yeah.
It's a start. We're going somewhere. So
Yeah.
after yesterday, you felt what was discussed was making sense, and you
And
felt it was talking to you, and then you like, I need to fix this. Because the problem we are facing, everyone wants to be a baker.
Yes.
But not everyone is doing groundwork.
Yes.
Everybody say, I just want to sell magwinya, right? And then magwinya, I will need a flour, oil, sugar, water, salt. Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds easy and simple and cheap. And then
it's not easy, eh?
yeah, and then all these things, including oil, cost me 300, right?
Yes.
And then where am I going to sell this magwinya? How much should I make in day 1, day 2? How am I going to attract customers? How am I going to put my business on the map so that people know I bake magwinya? Right?
Yes.
What are the costs other than buying the flour, the sugar, the salt, the oil that I need? Will probably be the space. Let's say in this case, you are using your own kitchen. In your own kitchen, you are paying rent, right? So you can say, not rent, what do you call it? Bond. You are paying bond. If your business, I don't think a magwinya business can make enough taxable income. Let's leave the tax issue.
No.
Then let's say your business, other cost is electricity. We are using electricity or gas, right? So you need to use gas to make this magwinya. So when you are done, something that most people don't think it's cost, you have to clean that space that you were working on using pine gel, like let's say cleaning things.
Yes.
Then you have to wash the dishes. The dishes need hot water. They need soap. They need water. They need soap, hot water, and you. So you are the cost on making. You are now the cost on cleaning the dishes. You are also the cost on cleaning the floor.
Yes.
Done. The flour, the salt, and whatever, you had to drive to Checkers, ShopRite, Pick and Pay, wherever to buy the flour, and. So that means you've used petrol. But you didn't only use petrol. You also used your time. I agree, if you didn't go to buy that magwinya, you will be doing something else in the house.
Yes, I'll be doing something else.
So you see, that is another cost here, labor. It is not the salary.
It's labor. I used to think that salary, labor, and the transport is one thing until yesterday when one wise was saying, no, it's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing because you can decide to if you hire someone, to send that someone to go and buy the flour, to do a runner or a delivery. Or let's say Checkers. If Checkers delivers to your house, if there's a temporary pause or whatever, I'll be answering a call gating as I'm expecting someone. It means you will incur those costs.
Yes.
So whether it's you personally who went to the shop, or you got someone to go and do the running around, or you got 60/60 or any delivery system, you are incurring the cost. You have incurred the cost. So you need to count for that. Now we are done. Now we need to think, this magwinya, how are we going to package them? When they come out of the pen and you're going to sell them, they must be presentable. No one is going to buy magwinya coming out of the box or a dustbin. Now you have to go and buy, let's say, a baguette in this instance. And I've seen magwinya being put in a plastic. So I think so that they keep warm. Others use cooler bag or cooler box. Mono. Okay, I was opening the gate. I don't know if you heard me when I said others use cooler box. Others use.
You.
Eh?
I heard you.
Yes, others use cooler box. How do you get that cooler box? Yeah, a tank. And then when you come back from selling magunya, that cooler box, yeah, washiwa, you have to wash it. It's another soap. There. Water. Ne? Ne?
Yes.
And then, how do you tell people that when you sell magunya? Either you put on a WhatsApp status, you put on your Facebook or Instagram or what. They don't just land there. You need a cell phone. You need data. And you need the person behind to take the picture and post. Ne?
That's marketing, one of my weaknesses.
And we will talk about marketing, but I'm just showing you it is the cost is the little things that people don't think of. That is why we always say it is very personal. You need to sit down with yourself. You need to identify, in order for me to sell this cake, what are the costs needed? If when you say, dishwasher, it's not necessary because I also wash dishes lapha ekhaya. I'm talking about Tina seyisebenza ekhaya. But the pans that you are washing are not household pans. Are the pans for baking? Are the pans for business? And because it's food, you need to be clean. It needs to be neater. One other thing that I do, I call these people fumigating people, because I don't want a situation where one day because I sell food. So they will come, fumigated garage everywhere, the whole house, whatever, for anything. I don't want to wait until there's problem. I need to prevent problem before it happens. But if it was just home with me and the kids, I would probably not call them, because like my house in Venda, we don't call them because there's no need. There's someone scratching something since Kala. It's quiet. Yes, so you see, those are not direct cost, not something that is obvious, but it's necessary. Ngeke uthi udayisa amagwinya ubuye nebhakete yakho inamafuta na what, and you don't wash it, you put another magwinya for the following day, you go out and sell. Whatever you are using to carry magwinya needs to be clean. Then siqedile ngamagwinya ne.
Yes.
When you haven't earned, awukasorholi lapho. So how much do you want to get paid? Let's say uphumelana endlini ngabo 6 in the morning, while udayisa 6, 7, 8, 9 ngabo 10 aphelile amagwinya akho wabuya endlini. How much do you think your 3 hours is worth? So let's say when you sell this magwinya, you come back with hard cash, 700 rand. Ibhakete iphelile, you made 700 rand. So when you come back with the 700 rand, all those things I was counting as cost, they must come out of that 700 rand. Ne? Mwano?
Yes.
Collect things outside. Yeah. Then Guasala, let's say we counted 350 for the goods. Let's say the electricity and everything comes to 550. So Gulio 700 when I was selling 150.
Yes.
So the 150, you need to leave some for the running of the business, because you need to go and buy stock food to make other magwinya.
Hey, then it's difficult like that.
So-
How much will I get paid out of 150?
But remember, we took out the cost. Layok 10. Yes, so that means this is yours. So your cost again. That's where you're gonna get your money. Yokuthenga is stock of food. You understand?
I understand.
Yeah, cake desire. Uspatelen.
No.
I'm on live, guys. I'm on live. Moano Kangari, I'm on live. Cake desire.
Yes, Mama Chilla.
Yes, were you in here yesterday?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
And then you parted kanjani?
It was very informative, yeah. Very informative. I couldn't even sleep.
Why? How? Umuntu uthi akalalanga, and you also didn't sleep kanjani, guys?
Yeah, you know, the thing is, we think we take our businesses serious.
No, you don't. You don't.
Yeah, until what just happened yesterday. And that's what made us not to sleep.
Because the lapha group, when I see the prices that you guys always post, talk about ngiyahleka ngithi ithi ngingakhommenti kuyadlalwa la.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it was very informative. I don't want to lie. Like, I mean, it made me to take a step back and actually rethink everything. Actually, it made me realize that as much as we are bakers, there's something that I've noticed you saying, that not all of us can be business owners as much as we are bakers. So I had to look into that so much, you know, because I've realized that we don't even have knowledge of running a business. Like, to us, the costing, siyamangala, nanibala ama-costing, siyamangala, nani sifuna sihole, siyamangala, nanithi we need to charge even for insipho lemashangaya le-English. You know, we get surprised and we're like, yeah, must have been ripping myself off
And then
for nothing.
And then when I'm out ikeke lakho, it's the 20 centimeter, it's 700. Bese mina ngithi hi, 20 centimeter yami is 1,500, meaning double your price. Uthi
It's
yo,
not even 500. It's not even 700. It's 500 rand. Imagine.
20 centimeter.
I'm telling you. I know.
Let me go to craft.
I know.
Let me go to craft by saying ngizobuya back kuwe. Ngikhathi waza wangipheza amandla.
I'm telling you, 500 rand. Two-tier is 800 rand. Imagine. I'm telling you. So.
And then other than baking, you do other things.
Yeah, I do have a job.
And then you probably taking your salary or your imali uyenzayo, and you ikusiza mayothenga iflour, you use a separate account or you use the same account. Can you take the dog outside?
Really. I end up like, I feel like I end up buying the cake myself, not the customer anymore.
So when you are taking imali esemzini, wathenga istock, and what makes you happy, it's imali ingenile. If wena uthi kumuntu ikheke i500, wamnikeza ikheke, lo muntu akunikeza i500, wena ujabulile.
Let me not lie. Because we are in the rurals, I don't want to lie. If I'm being honest, go another thing, because I'm charged because I don't want them to turn away. Like, I feel like we figure that the moment of compromising in order than go to in order. Let me rather lower my prices, than go to having an order, or at least let me get it, let me receive it.
So you have a problem of not being busy. You have a problem of not having not making a cake. So you rather make a cake at a loss, or Or not make a cake at all.
Than not to make a cake at all, yes. Yeah, most of the time, really, that's how I gamble. Like, sometimes I'd even ask the customer, if I'm like, oh, okay, let me charge maybe for my 700. They're like, okay, well, now how much do they have? Sometimes, Umbati, 350. Then I'm like, it's 350 than nothing. Gani, I didn't even calculate it. I'm gonna buy and I'm even gonna spend more than that 350.
So you are not alone, and you need to be okay. I'm no longer making cake at a loss. Rather not bake at all. Amen. That she's here. Matemu, open your mic. Mutemu. Yes. Mutele. Mina, since I did that, ne? That's when I said.
used to do that when I started. I would make an 8 centimeter for 650. 650. Then I realized no customers are taking me for a ride. Because I got the bakers around me. They will come to me because I'm the cheapest. Now I'd rather not bake at all and save my ingredients.
And then by saying how much do you have, you are opening a culture of, in my business, we negotiate. What happens when you go to Plaza or China City or whatever? You negotiate everything. Even if you say, how much is this? About 20 rand. You will ask, I want to hear 15 rand. If about 5 rand, you will ask for 2 rand because they've created that culture.
Yeah, and it becomes a trend. Even when they advise another person, go to her. She doesn't mind however much that you have. She's gonna do it for you. I am facing those problems. And like the worst of all is that I like delivering equality to the extent that I'm even now using Swiss meringue. Yo guys, for charging 500 rand at the same time I'm using Swiss meringue. I was even thinking of using ganache. Yo, with this pricing. Yo, it's a lot.
Your people don't even deserve all those things.
Like, I know, yo.
And you do feeling.
I know.
Do you do feelings?
Now I only do lemon curd since I'm using Swiss meringue for the egg yellow,
Okay.
So imagine getting a cake that even has the feeling for 500 rand. Wow.
Free.
So like this thing, the live and the group, like you have to. It has made us to do a reality check, to say, Natasha, why did I start this business? Like the question that you always ask us is the question we ask ourselves. Like why did I start this business? Really? You know, even now in my bank account, if I check out, the only money that I have would be money from my salary, not from the business. But my business is open 24 hours.
Crafted by Sammy.
A lot.
Craft.
Hello, Sanbana.
Yeah, boy.
Ninjani.
Ngikhona bokhona ezolo lana siya recap. We are recapping.
Yeah, bengikhona Nkosi yami.
Mhm.
Ukuthi hayi kahle hle ngisebenzela nje ukudla. I'm actually giving izinto zami away. Ngiyazi ukuthi ngi-charge for ukuthi imoto isukile endlini iyayothenga uflower town.
Bongacharge lokho.
Benga-charge at all.
Bothi imoto ehamba ngani?
Nje yabona nje the main concern was ukuthi nje manginikile mangibhakile ama-scones ami iklayenti lami laba happy. Mina nje mangijabulise nje iklayenti lami.
If unikeza iklanti lakho ama-scones for free, that's what you're saying.
I realized this all ukuthi no man, I'm actually like ama-mistakes maningi even ngapha ku-craft business because saying ngapha ka-cricket I'm giving free stuff away. I don't even charge for like boxes Hey.
Oh, love your creation.
Kodwa ngithi ngebusiness.
Bala ku love your creation. Uti, ama-party packs, I had to sit down and calculate everything.
No, I realized this ukuthi no man, no. I don't even want to lie. There is no business I've opened where I have said, yazi ngale business leli, I have paid myself. Angiyazi into enjalo.
But nge-business yakho, or did you manage to buy equipment business?
No, that's another thing.
Uthenge ngesalary?
Coming some from my own money.
Eish.
No, ngifundisa NSFAS. I take from my NSFAS money. Imagine.
Hell. And this business was supposed to be helping you in the Nexus. So when I was yon.
And it's not
Yo, luntu baba.
And number 2.
Yeah, okay,
I'm so
okay.
bad at pricing shit.
So manje you're good tens. Even today's not
Can I say
tens.
something?
Yes.
Okay, Kate desires. I heard her saying something about her bank account. She needs to have 2 bank accounts for the business and the personal. So I think that's the mistake that she's making. She's using one account for both.
Okay, I do have a business account and a personal account, but the business account is not operating because what am I gonna put there? It's not working.
Why are the customers? They must deposit to your bank.
Yeah, call out my business account. It's owing because I'm not getting anything.
No way. No way.
Guys, I'm serious, it's owing. It's owing. When a person places an order, I give them my personal account because, like, my bank immediately get the business account because I don't put anything. There's nothing to put.
That's where the problem started. If you were putting everything in your bank account, you would have realized long time ago that you are not making profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uluntu,
Yeah.
please go on.
Hi guys, hope you're all well.
Yes, Bokona Ezol.
Lunto from yes, Melukhona, but i-network yami yavela yageza nje. So guys, it is my goodness. It is an honor to have these kinds of conversations, especially if you are a new business owner, you're owning a small business. So
Maybe we can make a call. Okay. How many of you here in this panel, you've got 2 bank accounts, one for yourself and one for business?
I do.
Cake Desire and okay, we already know that one is on negative.
Yeah. You know, it's so related because even when I want to apply for funding or whatever, the bank account is there, but it's not even operating. But the business account is there and the personal account is there.
I don't worry, all learn from this life. I've opened my business account last year. After they were talking about the personal account and the business account, I realized, hey, Lord, what am I doing? So I, slowly but surely, but I'm getting there.
Okay. For those who've got 2, who uses the one for business and the one for personal, not mixing them?
I do that because when I buy my stock, I use a business account.
Let's say
Only for the business.
let's say you are a pick.
Equipment.
Let's say you're at Pick and Pay.
Yeah.
You are buying the flour, the baking things, but you're also buying things that's a kai. How do you do that?
I do make 2 transactions. I tell them we start with the baking, then my own, because I use 2 different cards.
Bake bye. Ntombi.
Hi.
Yes,
Sorry,
good.
my mic is on. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, guys. I
Yeah,
like the topic that
I can hear you.
you're talking about my mic.
I can hear you.
Hi, sorry, Mina. I actually let the other business account just close Vele because honestly, this like the baking business was not doing good, so I just let it close the FNB, and I was just like, I'll continue with my personal accounts if there's money or whatever deposit that people need to put in. Bazofaka lapha ku-personal accounts.
Bake bye. Ntombi, hello. I don't think she's here.
Hi, Exquisite Deluxe. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I had
I
a
think
very
my
busy
network,
day,
my
so
network is
I haven't
bad.
even cooked, I haven't even eaten. That's why I'm eating now. But I'm done now. Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't have much to say. I was just listening to the conversation that you guys were having, and I'm learning a lot.
Why don't you have a business bank
But
account?
I do have questions. No, I don't. But I do separate my personal income with my cake income. I do know how to separate the two. I have 2 accounts, but the other one is not exactly a business account. But that's how I track my cakes money.
And then currently, the way things are you happy? Are you making money?
Yes, I am very happy with how things are going. I managed to buy some baking equipment because I heard that you were asking the other ladies if they've managed to buy stuff for their baking. I've managed to buy a couple of things, so I am making a profit. But then I do believe that I can increase my prices a bit more.
Where are you based?
I'm based in Durban.
You ezolo bekukhala abantu baseDurban bangasakhali. Yo. Yo.
Bathini?
Sisemakhaya. Masithi le price abantu bayakhala. Kanjani. Yo.
My big cakes, my cakes are small. My big cakes in terms of the width are 6 inches. I only sell 8 inches and 10 inches only on request. If someone specifically wants an 8-inch, then I'll make that. And I think my 2-layer 6-inch vanilla is $5.50. And then I charge extra for decorations and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, when I seem to have your please add me, ma. Yeah, guys, you must also request. Let me add you. I'm adding you. Yo.
Hello. How are you?
I'm okay. Yourself?
I'm good. I like your biscuits.
Eh?
How much the cakes?
Guys, can you please
How
help?
much the cake? I want to buy it. How much the cake?
Where are you based? Nakuphi?
I'm here in Durban.
Oh, there's somebody who's in Durban. Sisongi.
Sisintombi, please see Mr. Mkize.
Send me a message on my TikTok, Mr. Mkize. You can send me a message on my TikTok and we can talk there.
What's our message?
Yes. Or you can take
Send me
the
the
number on my
price,
profile.
sister. Send me the price. I don't want to hit you. Your husband must hit me when I send a message.
No, don't worry about that. We separate personal with business.
Oh, my sister, may I need a cake? I want to buy for my kids.
Yes, please send me a message. Just take the number and we will speak further. We can talk about the decorations you want, the size, the flavor.
Yeah, where you stay in Durban, I can come just to pick up the cake only or phone you. Come to pick up the cake.
Okay.
No, can we talk about all of those things on my number, please?
All right, your number is outside in the box.
Yeah.
Must WhatsApp you.
Yeah.
No, sister, why are you talking now? I'm
Yes,
waiting for
Eve.
honor. All right, thank you.
I don't understand what's going on. All right.
that's it.
Bye.
I think I've sorted that issue. Glow whip.
Hi, how are you guys?
How did you?
Can you leave me in peace?
Hi. I'm learning a lot. I also use two bank accounts, my personal and also my business. So I'm based in Gauteng Springs. So recently this year, I just increased my prices. I was also baking at a loss. So now my 6-inch cakes, okay, I have bento cakes, which are 650, 5 cupcakes, and I sell my 8-inch, 1,050, and my 2 tire, it is 1.9. Yeah, so I'm just learning pricing. Sometimes it's challenging, but I'm getting there.
Okay. When did you realize that you need to change your pricing, and what made you change your pricing?
Okay. For me, what I do, I just calculate everything. For example, when I get an order, I just calculate the flour, the transport, like everything, and with that, I will see if I'm running at a loss or not. I just include everything: electricity, packaging, and everything. So every year I was just increasing little by little when I see what's I'm running at a loss. But recently I attended a baking workshop of by the gifted hands. So that's where I learned about costing.
That's when you increase your prices.
Yes, that's when I
started. Your cheapest cake is how much?
It is 650, the bento cakes with 5 cupcakes.
And then 15 centimeter?
15 centimeter, it is 850.
And when are you going somewhere?
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. I think let's talk about the bento cake. Because it's so small,